Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. This is my EFL League 1 Season 3, reacting to my season predictions, as you can see on my screen there. So yes, let's straight into it. Starting off with the champions, Burnham, got that spot on. When you spend, like, what was it, 10 million on a player? Come on. Burnham had the budget, yes, we will, had the highest budget. I know people make that as an excuse. They deserve the champions. Ridiculous squad, Burnham. Ridiculous squad, ridiculous standard this season. Getting over 100 points as well. Fair play to them. Well deserved. Winning the League 1 title as well. And deservedly so. The top team in League 1 this season. And good on them. Good on Burnham getting straight back into the Championship as well. Because that's where they should be, in my opinion. Not in League 1 as well. So yeah, deserved champions, and let's see how they're doing the championship next season. I think it'd be more of a stable season for me in the championship, where they'll probably be around mid-table next season, the championship, something like that. So we'll wait and see. In second, I went for Huddersfield. Yeah, wow, got that horribly one, didn't I? Very disappointing season from Huddersfield. And then a bit like Burnham, I expected them to go straight back up to the championship this season. I think they'll be one of the favourites next season, Huddersfield. Maybe it's just more getting used to being back in League 1 for Huddersfield, really. Obviously, let's see what they do next season. I think they could be getting Ruben Sells, and I think Ruben Sells did well in League 1, didn't he? He did well in League 1 with Reading, so I don't think it's a bad appointment, but he did get sacked by Hull, so then it's one of them. It's a bit of a risky appointment for me, Ruben Sells, just see if it works out or not. But yeah, I think it's an underachieving season from Huddersfield. I would have expected them to go straight back up personally, as they would have been one of the favourites to go straight back up as well. Peterborough, wow, they've had a nightmare season. Peterborough, obviously they didn't go down. I think that's the main point to make it. Yeah, they didn't go down, but massive underachieving season from Peterborough. You always thought those were fun, don't they, Peterborough? Who were always up there as well. Obviously, I did put them to win the playoffs. I was hoping one on that. Ended up finishing 18th. And yeah, I don't think anyone cares about the EFL trophy. Let's be real, it's a tainted competition since the introduction on the 21 side. So yeah, really poor season from Peterborough. Season to be there, but it could have been worse. They could have easily went down to E2, but they didn't. So yeah, must improve on Peterborough for next season. I would expect them to be back in the top half at least, maybe in the playoffs, especially with that team as well. So Bolton, I put them to finish fourth, and I did put them to be playoff runners up. They ended up finishing outside the playoffs. Ian Everett was probably the main reason why they did finish outside the playoffs. If they would have probably appointed Stephen Schumacher earlier, then maybe could have got themselves in the playoffs, Bolton. And so Bolton, again, I think they'll be high in the betting odds next season, with their Spurs to try and have a good season as well under Stephen Schumacher. And he got Plymouth up, didn't he? He did get Plymouth promoted, so yeah, Bolton should be one of the contenders next season. Should probably go up next season as well. So I would expect Bolton to be back at least in the top 7 next season, if not battling for automatic. So yeah, again, slight underachieving season from Bolton for me. In 5th place, I went for Wrexham. Obviously, they got automatic promotion, back-to-back promotions. What phase are they in? Fair play to them, by the way. Fair play to them. All credit to them. Ryan Reynolds as well. All credit to him. As he cares about the club. He does go to the games as well. He's invested in that club as well. And that's what it's all about. A club who has progress. That's what it's all about. Standards. That's what Wrexham have got. They've got standards. The owners have got standards as well. So fair play to them. back-to-back promotions. I didn't think they would get back-to-back promotions. I thought for their first season, I did think they would get in the playoffs. Because I just didn't think League One was that good of a lead. I was thinking to myself, you know what, Wrexham Stockport have still got a chance here to even in the playoffs potentially. So I don't think it is a shock Wrexham went up, to be honest with you. But I thought it'd be more of a stable season in League One for both Wrexham and Stockport, getting in the playoffs, but obviously missing out in the playoffs, then improving after next season. But Wrexham, automatic promotion, second place, well deserved for me. And everyone in the EFL should be following Wrexham's progress for me. Should be wanting to be like Wrexham. Investment, owners that care about the club, owners that have standards on the pitch as well, and they don't win the championship. And who knows what's going to happen in the championship of Wrexham next season. I still think it'd be top half for Wrexham in the championship next season because the championship is even more tougher than League One and League Two. So it'd be more of a stable season for Wrexham. But you just never know, do you? You just never know. And but yeah, fair play to them. Stockport obviously lost in the semi-finals. So I did predict that. Why I did think they would use a start season in the semi-finals of the playoffs. And again, I think they're going to be one of the favourites next season to go up, in my opinion. Got the budget. They got the budget for me. Don't mind and Dave Joyner. They'll sign some quality players. They've already got a quality squad as well. They just need to add to it, and I think they'll be up there, Stockport, next season, League One, in my opinion. And there's a pattern. I think there's a pattern setting with Stockport where they do miss out in one season, but they do always tend to get promoted the season after. So I could see that happening then with Stockport. In seventh, done for Rotherham, massive underachieving season from Rotherham. They weren't aware there's about at some point. That's Steve Evans as well. Is that a surprise? No. Steve Evans, 2 dud for the National League, 2 dud for League 2, but always tends to get sacked in League 1. Doesn't quite make it in League 1, does he, Steve Evans? So I think he'll get a League 2 job, personally. But yeah, I expect better from Rotherham next season. I still think they'll be top half, but maybe chancing for the playoffs. That's what I expect from Rotherham next season. Barnsley, again, top half, chancing for the playoffs. That's what I expect from them as well. Blackpool in 9th place. I think I expect the same with them next season. Obviously under Steve Bruce now, Blackpool, who was the right appointment, definitely the right appointment for me to stabilise them, get them up to 9th place. Yes, see what he can do in the transfer window for next season, Blackpool. And then top half next season for Blackpool. Maybe chance for the playoffs as well. In 10th place, I went for Charlton and they ended up winning the playoffs. Fair play to Nathan Jones. Definitely one of the mans of the season, League One. Still not my man of the season for me, just because he's still Charlton at the end of the day. And still had the squad as well. But Nathan Jones, showing his EFL experience in these lower leagues as well. His experience was crucial to Charlton as well, getting them up to the Championship. And then it'd be interesting to see how they do in the Championship because Nathan Jones has got experience in the Championship as well. But yeah, for the size of Charlton Football Club, glad to see them back in the Championship as well. Finally out of League One after how many years being in League One as well. So, fair play to them. Yinton, I got that spot on. I got that spot on. They're always more like top half playoff chancing team. That's what they are, Yinton. So yeah, not surprised by that. I think it'll be the same next season as well. Wickham, I did put Wickham to finish 12th. I didn't think after that weird data, I just didn't think I thought they would have a bit of a struggling season, being back in League One. I didn't think they would be in trouble though. I thought it would be like a stable season for them. Obviously, got beaten in the PL semi-finals. Mark Broomfield left during the season as well. I think that did cost Wickham automatic promotion. If Mark Broomfield would have stayed at Wickham, they'll be probably back in the Championship. And I don't know what to expect from Wickham this season. I do think there might be a bit of a drop-off. And I think I may put them in the same position that I predicted them this season, maybe mid-table for next season, but we'll wait and see. On to Reading. Congratulations to Reading for getting the new ownership as well. But for the whole season, they were without that ownership. They were still under the previous owners who are scumbags. The previous owner who is a scumbag. It's been real. Killing the club. And yes, and fair play to Reading though. Won the teams of the season for me for not letting that affect them on the pitch. They still performed on the pitch. And it's now become exciting now for Reading this season. Now with the new ownership, they don't have ambitions to try and go up to the Championship. Yes, see what they do in the summer transfer window. I think they'll definitely be top 7 next season, in my opinion, Reading. In 14th, I went for Leyton Orient. Massively overachieved this season, Leyton Orient. We did massively overachieve. Did massively overachieve Leyton Orient. Richie Wellens, who in the past wasn't a proven League One manager, did struggle in League One, but ended up getting Leyton Orient to the playoffs, the playoff final. Obviously, would have been heartbreaking to use in the playoff final. It is a heartbreaking way to use. You would rather use in the semi-finals than the final, but it's an unknown with Leyton Orient next season because they didn't either drop off next season, maybe it was a one-season wonder, or didn't continue that, watch Shelton lift that trophy and say to themselves, we want that to be yours next season. Richie Wellens and Leyton Orient, perfect for each other. And again, I don't think they'll be in where they're in trouble. Maybe a slight drop off from this season, but we'll wait and see. Can go either way for Leyton Orient after that playoff final defeat as well. But yeah, massive underachieved. Richie Wellens is my man of the season regardless for me. For getting Leyton Orient in the playoff final, League One as well. It's absolutely incredible. 15th place, Wigan, got that spot on. No surprise there. It's where I expected them to be. Wigan. And obviously stats show my own, didn't they? And yeah, it's mainly where I expected them to be. Maybe a little bit more improvement next season for Wigan. Maybe they'll be for Wigan. They'll be maybe top half, but we'll wait and see. Exeter, they're always in and around there. Exeter for me, always a stable club. They became a stable club in League One. Always tried themselves away from the relegation battle. Always chancing for mid-table or bottom half of the table. So it's the same for me, and I think it'll be the same next season as well for Exeter. But they may be up on all the shoulders next season because it will get even stronger with the likes of Doncaster, Port Vale, and Bradford, who are turning into League One as well. So it's that's the thing with Exeter. How long can they keep being this stable for before they do eventually get where they're to League Two? Because it does happen. Look at Shrewsbury this season; they were stable. And now they eventually went down. So that's the only worry I would have with Exeter. 17th place, Mansfield. I think they'll improve next season in the summer transfer window. I think they'll improve. But yeah, not a bad season from Mansfield, in my opinion. Stabilise themselves in League One. I think they would want more improvement though. I think they will want to try and be chancing. Their aim should be top half next season for Mansfield, in my opinion. They've definitely made signings in the summer. So yes, wait and see to see what they do. Bristol Rovers, I went for Bristol Rovers in 18. They got relegated. a real shame, isn't it? It is a real shame for Bristol Rovers seeing themselves back in Year 2 again. Obviously, the last time they were in Year 2, they did find it tough to start off with. Then they made that dramatic turnaround second half of the season to get promoted on the final day, of course. I think it's going to be the same with them for Bristol Rovers next season. They may find it may have a bit of a slow start in Year 2, but they've got the right manager. They've appointed Darryl Clark, who's started out in Year 2 before, well experienced in Year 2 as well. So I think Bristol Rovers will go straight back up in Year 2 next season. I really do. They'll probably be the favourites to go straight back up, to be honest with you. But yeah, underachieving. I say underachieving season for Bristol Rovers. I don't think they would have expected where they're this season. Northampton in 19th. Again, pretty much what I expected. I did think they would be in the way decent about this time, but I still felt they still had enough to stay up in 19th. Kevin Nolan keeping them up as well after getting rid of John Brady as well. Burton Albion in 20th place. The thing with Burton was I was worried about Burton start of the season. I was worried for them with the amount of signs they made. What was it, 22 signings? Which was ridiculous. With the amount of signs, and when you sign that many players, it's going to take time for them to pretty settle in. And they did have a slow start in the season. Darry Bowyer came into Burton, and he's kept them up. And he's kept them up as well. And you see what he can do in the summer. I think he'd be getting rid of some of them players that Burton did sign last summer, to be honest with you. Signed too many players, Burton, didn't they? Just signed too many players. If they didn't sign too many players, I actually would have had Burton higher up. But for me, as long as that's the thing about Burton. As long as they are safe, that's all that matters to them. But they need to get rid of some of them players that they did sign last summer. I think Darry Bowyer would want to get rid of some of them players as well. Burton, I do think Burton will be one of the favourites to get where they're still next season because they've always been just above that where they're zone. They've done their trod down at some point. Burton as well. So I think they are definitely probably one of the favourites to go straight to go down next season. Quarry, unfortunately for them, it was where decent for them in the end for Quarry. I've been Stockyancy coming back to Quarry. This is a bit too far, a bit too wasn't it? In the end for Quarry. But Stockyancy and Quarry perfect for each other, in my opinion. I think Quarry will have a stable season next season, Year 2. I don't know if they'll go straight back up, but I think they'll have a stable season for me. I think Stockyancy, even for MK Dons, was probably his big regret, wasn't it? Because if he would have stayed at Quarry would easily stay up. Would have easily stayed up. But I did go for them to go down just because. I did go for them to go down start the season just because I just felt the teams I had put above them just did shite him on. Quarry did use players as well. They did use players, of course. As well, that's why I did put them to go down. But I did say Stockyancy will put up a good fight with Quarry, to be fair. Stevenage in 22nd, they ended up finishing 14th. I was horribly won on that one. I just thought with the loss of Steve Evans, I thought that would be a massive loss to Stevenage. That's why I did put them in the red decent zone. But the guy that took over, Steve Evans, I've forgotten his name, again, did a stable job, didn't he? Did a stable job with Stevenage, kept them up, and a very solid season. Very solid season for Stevenage in mid-table. But again, they may be looking over the shoulder as well, potentially being tried into where there's some battle as well. 23rd, Cambridge got that spot on. Did not rate Darry Munt as a manager, did not rate him at all. Cambridge that season, Cambridge the season before this season, I thought they were quite lucky to stay up for having that minor impact, in my opinion, because otherwise they would have went down. Never felt they were done enough to stay off this season, need one, in my personal opinion. They have got Neil Harris back for next season as well as their manager. Yeah, I would say Cambridge, then they'll be top half in League 2 next season. For Neil Harris. The thing with Neil Harris, though, he didn't do well at Churnham, did he? He didn't do well at Churnham in League 2. So maybe Neil Harris still wants to prove a point in League 2 next season. So let's see if he can prove that point. And finally, bottom of the table, Shrewsbury, absolute mess for me. The club has been an absolute mess. I think they got new ownership now. I'm pretty sure. But I do question the Michael Appleton appointment. I don't know why they've appointed him for next season, because I don't rate him as a manager at all. Don't rate him as a coach at all. Unless they want a stable season next season, Shrewsbury need to. But yeah, totally the one appointment. They did appoint Dav Ainsworth, but then he ended up leaving, didn't they, for Churnham? I think that tells you everything, that Dav Ainsworth, yeah, after a short stint at Shrewsbury, it tells you everything, doesn't it? But yeah, Michael Appleton is just another Matty Taylor who is now at. Where's Matty Taylor at? Is he at Solihull Moors now? The former West Ham player. Awful manager, awful course. I think Appleton's the same. I think he's an awful course as well. So I wouldn't really get excited Shrewsbury for next season under Michael Appleton, unfortunately. I wouldn't get excited. I think he'd be sacked in the season if he don't start well. So I don't get that appointment. If it was Dav Ainsworth still in charge of Shrewsbury and the new ownership came in, then all of a sudden I'll be thinking, yeah, they're one of the favourites to go straight back up. But obviously he's at Churnham now, Dav Ainsworth as well. So yeah, but I'm sorry, Shrewsbury fans, but I don't rate Appleton. I really don't. I just think he's another Matt Taylor for me. How the hell does he keep doing the job? He's done nothing, let's be real. So, but yeah, that's my League 1 season review, reacting to my season predictions. Feel free to leave your start season predictions down below in the comments. And